What's going on, everybody? Republic Cinema here, and in this video, we're going to be taking a look at my updated summer 2025 collection. By the time this video comes out, it will be 5 years and a half since my YouTube channel came about, hence the 5 year and a half channel anniversary collection room tour special. And besides, I've done videos like this before. In case you're wondering, yes, these are all of my Transformers. I've successfully brought all of the missing Transformers from location number 2 all the way back to location number 1. And as you can see, the collection looks a lot better with all of them together. Before I showcase all of my Transformers from the shelf, I would like to show you my studio backgrounds and studio light and the camera stand. Also, here's the desk. For starters, here is my mainline movie toys. As you can see, I don't have many mainline movie toys as much as I do the Studio Series movie toys, but it's alright. I think this is a cool enough shelf, even though not every single, or at least a little more mainline movie toys would be here. As you can see, I do have a plethora of valuable, I guess you could call them, Age of Extinction and Transformers The Last Knight toys. I believe I happen to have more of these than I do the movies 1 to 3 mainline figures. Also, here's the Jetwing Optimus and 2 other valuable leader classes. And then moving on to, I think, my favorite part of this bookshelf, the Transformers Studio Series Bayverse collection. I believe these are all of the figures. I think all I'm missing is box set Devastator, but I do have this Devastator. Do I really need another Devastator? No. Also, I figured I would clear up a little more room on this shelf if I combined all of my Bayverse Constructicons into Devastator, and I think it worked well. Oh, except for one Constructicon that isn't formed to this big guy. That would be Rampage. He's sitting there in the back. To start off, we have the 2007 stuff. And we also have some Revenge of the Fallen and the Dark of the Moon and the rest of the figures. Chronologically, the figure placement on the shelf is a bit of a mess. But to be honest, I'm not too bothered by it. Oh yeah, as you can see, I do have a bunch of valuables here, such as 3 KSI Sentries, 3 Shadow Raiders, and I do have 2 KSI bosses in the back, as well as Grimlock and, of course, Prime and Galvatron. Yeah, all that good stuff. Now, I was thinking of doing a stop motion with these figures sometime, but I have no plans on doing that anytime soon. If you notice, I do have a plethora of valuable Bayverse Deluxes over here, sprinkled with a little bit of some newbies, such as this figure, of course, and this figure. Ignore the dust on the shelf. I haven't really found the time to clean that up before filming this video. Oh yeah, let's not forget Jet-powered Prime all the way in the back. I don't know why he's there. Might swap his place for Grindors, and Grindors for his place. But yeah, this is pretty much the entire shelf of all of the Studio Series Bayverse figures that I own. I can't wait to get the other Bayverse figures coming out in 2026 and the year after. Also, I'm looking forward to the KSI Widow. With that being said, let's take a look at all of the other square shelves, starting with the ones at the left and working our way to the right and down. Here we have all of my Studio Series figures that came from exclusive multi-packs or other exclusivities. I don't know what's going to happen to this shelf whenever I get the 15th anniversary Decepticon multi-pack figures. Especially with this much, or in this case, this little space included, I'm sure I'll figure something out. Moving on to the next square, as you can see, I do have a whole bunch of Bioway figures, and I think other knockoffs. These two actually aren't Bioway knockoffs, but Sentinel Ironhide and everything behind Sentinel Ironhide, they are Bioway knockoffs, including that Grimlock right there. It's a shame that it's a little dark in this square, and I do apologize for that. Over here is where I keep all of my Studio Series Optimus Prime knockoffs, and yeah, I have a lot. As you can see, I have 6 Bioway knockoffs of the Studio Series 32/44 mold Optimus Prime, 2 knockoffs of the 05 mold, 2 knockoffs of the 38 Bumblebee movie mold, and 3 knockoffs of the 102 Rise of the Beasts mold. Oh yeah, can't forget the trailer. Over here is where I have all of my YOLO Park figures, and if I'm being totally honest with you, I don't know if I should collect any more YOLO Parks, as they are getting pretty expensive since YOLO Park is branching out into the AMK Pro more expensive figures. I sure hope the $30 to $40 figures have not been ditched. Otherwise, yeah, I'm not gonna check out any more YOLO Parks. Sorry. Over here is where I keep my Prime Changers and TF1 Studio Series goodies. Personally, I'm still not over how underwhelming the Prime Changers were. At least if we had some more Seekers, Shockwave, Soundwave, D16, Elita 1, that would have been nice, but we did not get Prime Changers of those characters. Why exactly? Cause Hasbro. Also, let's not forget the Studio Series figures on the back. I'm considering leaving the Prime Changers behind. Nobody cares for them anymore. Aside from that, can't wait for the rest of the TF1 figures coming out this year and for the next 2 years, I believe. I'm really curious to see what the Studio Series TF1 Orion packs will look like. I was about to move to the next square until I forgot to point out that I do have a movie theater cup in the back. That's the cup that I drank out of when I went to go watch Transformers 1 at the theater. Yeah, I kept it as a reminder. Over here is where I have all of the Transformers Studio Series Rise of the Beasts figures. And yes, these are all of them. I really hope they do more in the future. I'm also glad they give us 2 more figures for this year, because I don't think we're going to see any more Rise of the Beasts figures for a while. Over here is where I keep all of my Studio Series Bumblebee movie Decepticons. Behind Megatron and Soundwave would be Shockwave and the rest of the Seekers, including Blitzwing. I also hope they make more Seeker repaints in the future. Over here is where I have all of my Studio Series Bumblebee movie Autobots, including the latest version of the Volkswagen Bumblebee, also including the 2 Masterpiece MPM figures all the way in the back, which are the only Masterpiece MPM figures I own, and possibly the only Masterpiece MPM figures I'll ever own. I don't really know how I feel about trying to branch out into the other Bayverse Masterpiece figures. I know those are really cool MPM products, but unfortunately I won't be tackling those figures. But I'll still showcase an MPM figure if I spot one at Target. You probably noticed my Camaro collection over here. Yeah, I figured to myself, why not? It looks cool. Over here is where I keep all of the Studio Series 86 figures that I own. That came out in 2021 through 2022. As you can see, I'm missing a few. I do plan on collecting them sometime in the future. As for the 86 cores, I have zero interest on picking those up. So unfortunately, the 86 core class figures will be skipped out for me. Over here is where I keep all of my Studio Series 86 figures that came out from 2023 to 2024. Again, as you can see, I'm missing some figures, and I do plan on picking them up sometime in the future. It's just one of these figures I'm missing is a little hard to find for a reasonable price. And I would like to get my copy with the box. Yeah, that's going to be a little difficult to accomplish. But hey, as you can see, I do have 86 Prime over here. Yay. Over here is where I have all of my Gamer Edition figures. And this is all of them, including the Reactivate and War for Cybertron stuff. At some point in time, I would like to collect a 3rd Decepticon soldier, because why not? Can't wait for Thundercracker. Over here is where I have all of my mainline Transformers Rise of the Beasts figures. And these figures, unlike the Prime Changers, in my opinion, were the last hope we ever got of a decent movie mainline. I appreciate this mainline so much that I ended up giving it its own square. Whenever the next 5 Transformers movies come around, I still hope Hasbro somehow just goes back to co-financing those movies and bring out the movie mainline for each of them. Especially the movies that Josh Cooley and Michael Bay are cooking up. But we'll see. Time will tell. Oh yeah, ignore the tree over there. I figured this square was kind of missing some green, so yeah. The final square filled with Transformers over here is just miscellaneous, as on the back over here is a mix between War for Cybertron and Legacy toys. And on the front over here is my 86 Constructicons and Devastation Prime. I don't necessarily have enough Studio Series 86 figures to put them in their own square just yet, so I just kept them on the miscellaneous square with the rest of the War for Cybertron and Legacy stuff for the time being. I'm full aware that by the end of next year, if I've collected every single one of the 86 products that Hasbro is going to sell for Studio Series, I should have a completely filled up square. And then on this square is where I have the bag that keeps all of my accessories and instructions in one place, along with other stuff. These two will be empty for who knows how long. Over here is where I keep all of my boxes, well, not all of them. I do have some of them kept in location number 2, and they probably will stay there. Leaving the stack of boxes that I left on location number 1 in a bit of a mess. As you can see, I do have the older style packagings, and then the smaller version of the older style of the packagings, and then lastly the newer style and shrink size boxes. Yeah, it's a mess. Other parts of my room I would like to showcase is this, and this. One more thing, here are the only Transformers posters I have. These were the posters that I got at the movie theater where I went to go watch Transformers 1 at. It was a bit of an unforgettable experience because everyone in that movie theater was going to watch Transformers 1. So here I was thinking everyone in the world was also going to go watch Transformers 1. I was kind of wrong. But nonetheless, I did have a very good time that night. And hey, as you can see, I got freebies along with the posters. But unfortunately, now I believe is the right time to conclude this video. I do apologize if this video felt a little rushed. I hope to do another one of these next year during the 6-year channel anniversary. That's going to be crazy. How many figures in total is this? You know what? I never counted. Sorry. Just be sure to leave a comment down below 5 of the many Transformers figures in my collection were your favorite. And if you like what you saw in this video, be sure to slam that like button. Share this with your friends as well. Turn on post notifications so that way you don't miss another upload. Let me know how I did in this video. And most importantly, be sure to hit that big red subscribe button. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you very much for watching. Tayo!